you can start.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ame. I'm going to be the facilitator for today's class and event. And yes, for today's event, we're having two speakers. And our topic for today is the next evolution in tech. And I want to briefly welcome our speakers for joining, Mr. Oluwagbenga Olatoye and Mr. Oladele Akinusi. Thank you so much, sir, for coming, and we hope to hear from you soon. So before we begin, I'm going to do a brief introduction about our speaker. So the first speaker is Mr. Oluwagbenga Olatoye. Mr. Gbenga is an IT project and program manager, scrum master, product manager, and a digital transformation evangelist who is on a mission to transform the procurement landscape in Nigeria and Africa at large using disruptive technology. He also has a technical background in data science and analytics, which was bettered by a desire to learn new trends in tech. Mr. Oluwagbenga has a master's degree from Lagos State Business School and also a mini MBA for Techidia Institute. I hope I got that right. He has acquired various certifications like PMP, ITIL, PSM, and to name a few. Coupled with his professional works, he also takes on volunteer works where he mentors aspiring project and product manager. So our second speaker is Mr. Oladele Akinusi. Mr. Akinusi is a UX product designer and growth performance marketer. He has over 10 years experience in performance marketing, growth hacking, strategy, and implementation. His work experience over the years has involved building and leading cross-functional teams and projects across markets in Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. He presently works as the head of user experience and growth design for Jumia Group. Mr. Oladele has a bachelor's degree in computer engineering and an MBA from Alliance Manchester Business School. He is fluent in English and French. Coupled with his professional works, he also takes on volunteer works where he mentors young entrepreneurs on how to build sustainable business practices. So thank you, Mr. Oladele, and thank you, Mr. Gbenga. Please, we'd like to hear from you. But our first speaker will be Mr. Gbenga Olatoye. Good afternoon, Mr. Gbenga. Can we hear from you now?
Yeah, good afternoon. Please confirm you can hear me.
We can hear you, sir.
Oh, great. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Okay, I know, do you need me to do any introduction or can just get straight to it?
Okay.
I'm asking though. Hello?
Sir?
I was asking if you need me to do introduction. Let me on my camera so you can see me.
You to everyone already, but if you want to do a brief introduction about yourself, you can go ahead.
No, that is that is fine. Okay, so let's just go right. So today, I thank you again, guys, for having me here. I mean, it's become is like my second home. So I've been here for like as you see in my slide, so I've been like I'm like a family here, so I'm more like home, so I'm feeling relaxed and all that. So if you think this guy is just going during my presentation, just feel like I think I'm within my friends, amongst my friends and all that. So today I'll be talking to us on so the topic is the next evolution in tech. And I would like to talk about discovering your place, right? No matter what is going on, you knowing where you belong. I mean, it's very, very key. As far as I am concerned, right? So basically, that's what I'll be talking to us, and then we'll look at what are the things that is happening around us, and how do you think we can actually key in. Okay. All right, so first of all, I like to, as always, I'm not taking this for granted. Sorry, special shout out to you, Eme, for following up with me. I mean, well, not minding. Sometimes I can be very, very busy. And past few days has not been funny, right? So it's been, but I mean, we are growing. It's very interesting environment that we are in. So I really want to appreciate Eme for that, and for the Beacon family for finding me worthy to be here again. I think I was in a session, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, as well, and that program like that. So Beacon is more like my home now. So, and to everybody that have made it to this meeting today, it's my hope and belief that we'll be able to learn one or two things from here. By no means, I am not an expert, right? So, and I don't consider myself one in any area. I believe we are all on a journey, right? And we are all are learning. So please, if you think I'm going, if you disagree with some of the things I might be saying here, please correct me, and so that we can both learn. And if you ask me questions that I cannot answer, well, maybe I will just say, okay, I'll get back to you, maybe get your detail and then research and get back to you. Or if you are the one that gets to know it first, please do well to share with me. Right, so just like Eme said, Eme, right? Eme, just like Eme said, my name is Oluwagbinga Olatuye. I do IT project management, I do program management, I do product management. I'm also a Scrum Master, right? I've worked with different companies, and I've also tried to lay my hand on a few things. One of them is Beats Pro, which is more like a baby that I'm nursing now. It's a startup that I'm trying to raise, and what we are trying to do is to try to use artificial intelligence to democratize digital procurement automation, right? So we can talk, but today is not about Beats Pro, so let's go. Now, where I've worked before, that's what I did mention. So I'm going to be saying everything I'm going to be sharing based off my personal experience. It's not where I currently work, right? Because apart from the fact that I run Beats Pro, right? I work with companies, so it's just I'm not representing anybody here, just me as Benga. All right, let's go. So, like as an icebreaker, I like to maybe at this point I'll stop. I will exit this presentation mode. I want us to try our hand on something more like an icebreaker, right? And a scramble word. So that I have these words here, and I want us to be able to type to see what I'm trying to do. There are words within the ICT, the words that we use, almost every day within the IT sector. So I have about 10 of them here, and I might have a gift for someone that's got the highest. So I have 10. Let's see who can help us. Emma, can you help us coordinate that? Let's see. I'll give like maybe a minute. Let's see how many we can get right. Emma, can you help us?
Okay, so let me ask.
So we can drop it in the comment section, right?
Okay. If you want to be involved, please just drop your answers on the chat box. Then Mr. Benga will review it, and the winner will be said.
Announced. Okay. So let's quickly do that before I actually show. So I want us. The reason why I wanted to help us coordinate is because I'm going to later show the correct words. So people have started dropping. Okay, thank you. Let's see how many we can get correctly. I might have a gift for someone. Let's see. Okay, TikTok. Mm. Mm. Okay. Okay. some seconds more. Okay, I think we'll stop here. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, I think we all tried. Well, what I'm looking at here, I think Oladile. Sorry, so Oladile not that teacher. Oladile is not the second facilitator, right?
Yeah, I think I'm disqualified from this one.
Okay. So, do you want us to pass it to somebody else?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, not the problem. We'll pass to the second, to, I think, Olivia, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Olivia. Okay. Please, Emma, you help me. I might have something for Olivia. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So,
Olivia,
this,
please. The event.
Yeah, she can just drop her number with you or something. Yeah.
Okay. I can get a question.
Sure. So, these are the correct words: intelligence, technology, information, digital, product development, coding, software, workflow, and deployment, right? They are words that we use, every day, So let's start. I like to, sometimes anytime I'm trying to share something that has to do with building career or something in IT, in tech or something, I try to use my personal journey, right? Because I believe that people relate with stories rather than trying to just get something off the internet and just drop it. So I most of the time try to start with my own journey, right? How I have come to this point, so that when I'm trying to say some things, you can actually relate with mistakes that I've made, some progress that I've made, and all that. So my journey into tech started on January 2020. And July in 2011. All right, that and July 29, thereabout. And that is when I was working somewhere and I knew that, okay, this is not where I want to be. I want to be in tech, right? And I've always had passion for it. Before, when I'll come home, my sister system, then I always use CorelDRAW, try to design card, try to do all this, pick a template, try to customize and all that then. So I've always liked that environment. Even after I got my own first laptop, I was a member of a church group, and I did a blog, for us, use a blogger, Google Blogger then. And, and then I think on this date, I saw an advert. The advert has been about 3 months old, so it was old already. And I was just going to pastor and maybe the Holy Spirit, I'm a Christian, so I don't leave God factor anytime I do, actually. So it was like, it won't cost me anything to apply, right? So I just sent the application. That happened to be an application that got me into tech, actually. So about 3 days later, I got a mail from Vincom inviting me for interview. And I went for the interview, the first stage. And Vincom then, I don't know how to do it now, you pass through about 3 stages of interviewing. And I did the first one, and I think I did the second one. The second one, I did the first one, was good. I moved to the second stage. Second stage, I was supposed to make a presentation. And I was given the instruction, what I was going to have to discuss and all that. And it was on SEO, but that was the first time I search engine optimization. And that was the first time I heard the word optimization. And I decided to use the word SEO, right? But I didn't even realize that was what they meant. So I thought the person was asking me to read a slide on how they can optimize Vincom service. So I did this very wonderful presentation slide, put a lot of effort into it, and I came to present. And I was presenting, and the HR then was like, I've forgotten her name, was like, sorry, you have like 15 minutes for this presentation or something, maybe 30 minutes, I can't remember. And I said, yeah, confidently, and I was presenting. And Bade was, after I was done, Bade was like, obviously, you didn't get the right but I like the energy. I like the effort you have put into this presentation. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Now, that is the first lesson I want us to take from here. If you're going to thrive in tech, you must be ready to put in the work, right? The fact that I got it all wrong, or I mean the topic all wrong, and I was able to I was given another opportunity was because the person that was reviewing my work feels like, oh, this guy has done a lot of things. Obviously, have you heard of this before? I said no. Okay, this is what I'm seeing, and rather than give me paper then and ask me to write, okay, this is what I mean. Google it, you will learn more about it. These are the things I'm going to be judging you. And I had to go back, make the presentation, and I came. And I'm sure if you ask Bade, you like, I didn't regret giving you that opportunity, because I came back and I wowed him again within how many days, so that is, and by August 10, I resumed at Beacom, August 10, 2011. And January, while working at Beacom, I spent over 6 years with Beacom. January 13th, I became PMP certified. While working at Beacom, then I was given them opportunities. I was able to build my career, and I was able to prepare myself for PMP certification. Now, if you are a project manager, you know that before you can write project management PMP certification, you need to have an X number of years projects that you must have managed, contractors you must have put, and all that. Now, I was able to, working with Beacom, that got this opportunity. I didn't just sit down and say, oh, I'm just like a support, what's it called? I have someone I report to, but I had to build my career. And when opportunity came, Beacom gave me money to write the exam, and I wrote the exam. And at once, I passed the exam, and from then, that's, in fact, the story has changed. 15th of 2015, I was so, in fact, sent to Delta then to work on a project. And June 1st, I came back and I became like a senior project manager at Beacom. And then I'm going to have to move fast. 1st of June, yes, that was 1st of June. Then April 13th, I left Beacom. I joined another company. And March 1st, I left that company again, moved to another company. 20th of January, I left that company again, moved to another company. And January 2021, right? I wrote under exams and all that. Why am I trying to go through this now? If you look at my starting with Beacom, took me a lot of time, right? Because I had to build myself up. I had to build my career, build my portfolio. I have to learn a lot of things. But from the point where I said, okay, I'm ready to move now. I've been moving in fact, I've moved like, where I've worked like 11 months, just move. 11 months, 10 months, move, right? Now, because I have been able to make myself marketable in the, somebody will see my profile and feel like, oh, I like to have this guy in my team, right? Sometimes I don't just people reach out to me, maybe, what's it called? Recruiters reach out to me now. So if you must survive in this, just as we are going to see, you must take time to build yourself up, right? You must take time to build yourself up. We see a lot of things, questions these days, just like, how do you do this? How do I become? How do I become? And see, it's not about how do I become. It's you first knowing what and then building yourself. So let's quickly move a little bit away from that, right? And go into, so the question is the trend, right? The evolution in tech. And to me, I believe everything is new in tech. Everything is new. So the tech is not a place where you feel like, oh, something is changing in parts and all that. Everything is changing, right? So things that we do, that we used to do some 3-4 years ago, you cannot do it again today. Nobody will buy from you. And I'm going to be speaking to that from different perspectives. Let's look at the system that we use. Some years back, system used to be on-premise, right? There's where you see big companies, they have server rooms, they have a lot of servers in their server room. You have every investment and all that, putting cooling system and all that in place, employing a lot of network engineers, a lot of server administrators and all that. Now, that was what it used to be, right? Some people are still using it, people are moving, right? Then from there, we graduated to virtualization, where you don't really necessarily need to have a server room, right? You just need to have subscribed to maybe Azure, for example, or AWS, right? Virtualization. So your data is sitting somewhere, and you don't really need a big system, right? So I'm starting talking about storage capacity now. You don't need to have a system with several terabytes, for you to work. You can anywhere you have. And that makes job easier. Now we are moving towards decentralization, right? Where your data don't need to sit on a particular system now. They are distributed at different locations, right? That is one thing. Another thing is in terms of technology, right? There's been a lot of that has happened. But let's talk about D6, right? Briefly. I'm sure the time that we have is not even enough to speak with on just one of what I have here. But I will just quickly touch on about D6, just to let us know that everything is changing, everything is new in tech, everything is new. From AI, right, artificial intelligence, now we are living in age, or maybe that's not, of course we live in that age, but if you notice that we are already moving away from that now, from artificial intelligence, where systems are being, we have robots doing a lot of things. Maybe robot is still too big a word, right, for us here, since we are in tech environment here. We live in a way, in a space where you necessarily don't need to be doing some repetitive tasks. So in your organization, you can actually teach your computer to do some things for you, schedule meetings, send invitation, make procurements, make place order for you, right? That is happening even now. And we move from there. That was some years back, and we are moving from there. Now, if you are building something now and you are not taking into consideration, this is what I'm trying to say here in terms of AI. If you are building any system now and you are not taking into consideration impact of AI on that, you might be building a system for yesterday, right? And that will be what's called, you are learning something, that you are learning a skill, and you are not aware, right, of the fact that AI might impact what you are learning. You might be learning for yesterday, right? And by the time you are done, you see that there's no market for you because the market has moved on. Then from there, we move to Internet of Things. Internet of Things is where everything talks to everything. Your system talks to your home. Your system talks to your phone. Your house can talk to your system, can talk to your everything is connected. Internet of Things. Everything internet. You have smart home, you have smart TV and all that. I can control my TV with my with my phone. I can send information from my phone to my TV. I can open a website on my phone and send it to my TV because I want to continue on the TV. I can pass instruction, tell my TV, I can configure my phone to switch off my TV at so time. Things like that is happening, right? I can, from my own system, configure another person's system, monitor what my children are doing on their system, what they are watching on their phone, on their tablets, and all that. And again, we are moving from there to blockchain. Blockchain is where this supports this decentralized system that we talked about before. Now, where you have data stored in different systems, across, and nobody can really say I'm the owner. So before now, you can build a system, right? Or sorry about that, my children. Sorry. Now, before now, you have your server. Everything sits your solution sits on a server. And if something happened to that server, what happened? You need to start finding a way to recover. But here now you have distributed, or if that system is hacked, that one system is hacked, you're probably done for if you don't have a backup. Or something, even if you have a backup, you still get to pay maybe ransom or something like that. But in the case of decentralized system, even if an hacker lay hand on one of them, it's not usable for the person because it's, and we see that security, in terms of security, so anything you are doing, if you're not conversant of all this, if you're learning security for a system, for a standalone system, in the next few years, you might see that you cannot compete in the market again. And of course, another thing is we talk about virtual reality, augmented reality, or extended reality, right? And then from there, we move to Web3, right? Web3 is more like, we are moving from Web2 now to Web3, where, of course, just like it sits on blockchain, right? Your data is everywhere. And here, you can build, it's that you can build an application. So you want to be a software developer. You are not thinking of that the point is coming where I will build a solution and you host that solution, and you cannot just wake up one day and just make changes to that solution. You don't own that solution. You don't determine what happened on that solution alone. It has to go through a group. It has to go through voting. It has to go through people. A lot of people have say over that solution. That is where we are going now. And of course, to metaverse. I'm sure most of us have heard of this. What's it called? Most of you know more than all this buzzword more than I do, right? But metaverse is online world, right? We are looking at going beyond the virtual reality where you have games, you can play games and all that, and on VR, right? To where you can more like live on the internet. Now, I use the word live literally, like, right? But where you have your avatar, it's not, you are going beyond being able to play games or do what's it called so you and your friend or are on metaverse, for example, and you can see maybe you're playing games, you can move from playing game to going shopping and all that on the internet, right? So it's going beyond what we used to know to something new entirely, right? And if you look at all the skills as well, of course, I've been touching on this. I'm trying to rush through because of my time, right? There are a lot of skills you can learn. I get a lot of how do I become a product manager? How do I become a project manager? How do I become a software analyst? How do I become? There are a lot of things, right? And each of them require different skills, right? So you just need to know. A lot of them are moving away, right? If we want to learn coding, for example, we don't want to go and learn what we were taught in school then. I mean, COBOL, what's it called? All the basic programming and all, right? You want to move to stack that can help you achieve what you have here. There are a lot of, and tech is the running thing, right? There are lots, limitless opportunity in tech. That you can, if you like coding development, fine. You're very good at that, fine. Maybe software engineering is for you. If you like designing, of course, UI UX, creating something like making beautiful interfaces, yeah, why not go to UI UX, right? Or if you like being able to hold people accountable, why want to go to project management? Or you like delivering something, you like managing something, creating something from start and seeing it to finish. Maybe you want to go to product management, right? If you like number, you like mathematics, but I want to go to data analytics, AI, machine learning, right? Or you want to go to DevOps, you want to go to quality assurance, database administration, you want to go to solution architect. There are lots of limitless opportunity. It depends on what you want to do. So just like I said earlier, I get this question: how do I become this? How do I become this? And my answer has always been, see, it depends on what you want. So the first thing you want to do is, because the environment is moving, you cannot just say, oh, I just want to become this, I just want to become this. You need to look at a few things. Where your passion lies. What do you like doing? What can you do is that if I continue doing this thing, even for years, and I don't even get money, I'll continue doing it. Whether you want to become an inventor, or you want to become a founder of a startup or something, maybe you want to build the next big thing, or you want to become an employee, right? You just want to change your job. You're not in tech before and you want to move to tech, or you're doing project management before and you want to move to product management, or you want to move to business analyst, or you want to analysis and you want to move to coding, right? It depends on your passion, your skill, and the information at your fingertips. Those are the three things that you need, right? And I would just quickly say, in reality, right? So you can become, there are two ways for you to become whatever you want to become, right? If you look at my presentation, I've moved from what is new to how you can have your place, right? So there are two routes that I consider, right, for you to become anything you want to become. It can be accidental and it can be planned. Accidental means that you didn't plan it, you just stumble on this opportunity and you just jump at it. Very good. There's no right or wrong one here. And then there's plan where, okay, I'm not in tech, but I want to venture into it. And okay, what do I need to become. And I've been able to highlight about five steps that I consider that you must follow for you to become any in this. If you are going through, if it's accidental, for example, the first thing, so this opportunity jump at you, maybe your uncle just call you, hey, Benga, I'm starting this company and I need someone to come and play the role of a product manager, right? And you've been nursing the idea of venturing to what's it called, you've never had opportunity to lay your hand on anything. Well, maybe this is a good opportunity for you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take stock of the experience that you have already, right? You want to sit down, okay, what do I even have that can prepare me for this? In this, I don't have time to prepare, right? So the opportunity is here and I don't want to skip through. So what do I need to succeed based on what I already know? So you quickly itemize that. Then you determine the knowledge and the skill that you need to build on that. Then take advantage of the opportunities that you have. Then implement what you've learned. Then you decide your move from there. That's accidental. But if it's planned, then the first thing you want to do is you want to sit down and commit to what you want. Okay, where do I want to play? Do I want to play in the development phase? Okay, if it's software development, do I want to be a front end or back end, right? Or do you want to be a full stack? All is fine. Or you want to be going to solution design, you want to go into graphics, or you want to go into UI UX designs, you want to go into just product development and product designing. There are a lot of opportunities there as well, right? Once you now decide that, then you, based on what you think you like, or where your passion lies, right? Then you decide what training do I need? Do I need to pursue any certification, right? Then you do that. Then you make sure you acquire necessary education. There are a lot of opportunity, free resources out there. There are a lot of mock training out there that you can lay your hand on. And then once you take that, then you see, okay, do I need to take certification? For example, you are doing project management, right? Or you are going to that line. Then do you need to take CAPM? Do you need to take Agile certification? Do you need to, or do you want to pick a project, right? That you can start putting on your portfolio, you want to put on your CV. Then from there, you can then go apply and start maintaining your credential and maintaining your portfolio. And then there's no level you can get to from there. Now, so my closure note, right, is do what excites you, right? So do pay attention too much to, everything is, because that can be too overwhelming. The way that is what I've been looking for. The way everything is moving can be very overwhelming, right? The way it's moving can be overwhelming. So you don't need to just look at what excites you and make sure you flow with the trend, right? Tech is the reigning thing. There's no path you choose that you cannot make it. Whether you want to build a startup or whether you want to work for a company, I know that you can earn as much as possible, especially with this virtual world that we live in now. You can work for any company across the world, right? There's no limit to opportunities out there for you, whether within Nigeria or outside Nigeria. And I'm mostly happy to say this, that Bincom have a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage from, right? Talk to talk to Bincom guys here. They'll be open to tell you, even if you don't know anything at all. Even if you don't, I know that Bincom also have opportunities for you to learn and pay later. Even if that's what it means, even if you don't have money to commit to it. So you just need to take a step, find your where your passion lies first, what you want to do, and then talk to someone and then start, from there. So the only limit I see here is just your own limit or your own imagination. So that will be, so I'll just wish you to go out and shine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
And if you have any question for me.
So all questions will be reserved till after the second speaker has presented. So we have our questions and answers later after the whole presentation. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
So our next speaker is Mr. Oladele Akinusi. Mr. Oladele, we are here for you, sir. So you can begin.
Yes, I'm trying to share my screen now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see your screen, sir.
1 second. Again, I'm using the wrong one. Which one can you see? Speaker notes or the main screen?
You can
Sir,
see
your
both.
voice is
though.
breaking.
The main
You
screen.
you can see both. You can see your speaker notes as well.
We can't hear you, sir.
Oh.
Network is
1 second, please.
okay.
Okay, this is troublesome. Let's start again. Okay, can you see it now?
No, sir, we can't.
Oh, interesting. Just gonna start sharing again. Should be good now, I guess. Can you see it now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir, we can.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. So first, thanks everyone for giving me the opportunity and being here today to listen to me speak. The topic today is about the next evolution in technology. Fortunately, I don't have a writer caption like the first speaker had. One thing though, if I'm speaking too fast, can someone just prompt me to slow down? I tend to speak fast sometimes. Thanks,
Okay,
Amy,
sir.
for the introduction. I think there is everything that needs to be said about me has been said. Wait, my camera is still off. Let me turn on my camera so you see my face. Come on. Oh, the house. Okay, so we are living in 2022 now, and one thing is clear: technology has evolved a whole lot, and we cannot imagine a scenario where we are living our lives without some form of technology. Pretty much no one can function without some form of technology into their lives. The ones or the people that manage to do that, they are very rare, and they go to extra lengths to actually avoid technology in their lives. To really understand how far we have come in terms of technology, it's actually good to take a look back into the changes what I call industrial revolutions. There are 4 industrial revolutions. The first one started in 1765. So when I say revolution, it's the shift from the way we live our lives, from the usual hand agric farming, handicraft economy into more of a manufacturing and machine process. Now, the first revolution in technology was based off coal and steam engine. That's why you have the locomotive trains and all. Moving on into the second industrial revolution in the 1870s, that saw the introduction of assembly lines for production of stuff, mass production of machines, vehicles, and stuff to make our lives a lot more easier. And then we'll now move on to the 1960s with the advent of the computer, microchips, and nuclear energy. So we had increase in power for the technology, and then introduction of computer technology made it a whole lot faster. And then fast forward now to the early 2000s, where we are now in the 4th industrial revolution. We are seeing more of automation, robots, increasing advances from technology. To really understand this growth in technology, this graph explains it. From when the printing press was developed in the 1400s to the 1600s for the telescope, and the steam engine is 1750, like I said. You can see the amount of years or centuries that it took. And then by 1850, the time gap was really a lot more smaller to early 2000s where we have machines. This graph here shows the time lapse between the two. It keeps getting a lot more smaller the more we increase in technology. Now, one thing to note is this increase or this leap in technology in the first, second, and third revolution was powered by changes in the type of energy we had. First was coal and steam, and then gas, and then electricity and nuclear. But then in the 4th revolution that we have now, the advances in tech is not powered by energy. It's driven mostly by the connections on the internet, and then a shift to renewable energies, which is a lot more cheaper to use compared to nuclear, gas, coal, and steam. This is the main driver for this increase in technology evolution we are seeing now. So you're looking at 3D movies, we're talking driverless cars being created, social media, videos everywhere. But let's take a step back to 2019, 2020, when COVID started. we saw an even faster shift in technology. Everyone started working from home. Previously, you had to go to the office and sit at the office where your manager sees you. But now we're forced to work from home. And those people that were saying previously, the conversations about we didn't need to go to work, were actually proven true that you can still remain really productive even while working from home. Kids did not have to go to school. They started studying online, and some kids are even still studying online till this date. Even though the lockdown is up, everyone moves around. You saw changes in the way we visit the doctor, healthcare, and telemedicine. You don't have to go there again. Via video call, you can actually talk to your doctor. For me, for instance, now, my insurance company, when I speak to doctors, I can just pick up my app on my phone and talk to someone there directly to answer my questions. Now, this COVID effect even pushed the evolution of tech a lot more faster than it would have gone on its own. To give you some perspective on how this works now, growing up, at least when I was growing up, I don't know if everybody else on the call, there's this question about what do you want to be when you want to grow up? I hear people talking, oh, I want to become a banker. I want to become a doctor, engineer, pilot, lawyer. These were at the top answers you would get back then. For me personally, I chose to become an engineer. And it got to a point in the house, the rule from my mom was to get my screwdrivers away from all electronics. Because what I would do is, as long as an electronic, it had a screw, I would want to open it up to see what's inside. But I would not be able to fix it back after I've broken it. So that was the rule in the house. But then the current reality we have today is all these jobs that were the top jobs from back then, they're slowly fading away. If I ask now, how many of you have actually been to the banking hall in the last or since beginning of this year, we might not get anybody because everything is done online from your phone. You have instances of doctors not even being in the surgery room again. Everything is handled by robots. Engineering processes, the factory is fully automated from beginning to end. And then there's the advent of drones and unmanned aerial vehicles for cargo, for delivery of medicines. There's actually a startup. What they do is just to fire the drone out from the airport. It drives to the location, drops the medicines to where it's needed, and flies back to the location. So all the jobs, all the things we thought when I was growing up that this was the best job to work in, they've actually all changed a whole lot in the last 10, 15 years. And we got into a situation where pretty much, I would say, I don't want to use percentage, but a whole lot of things now, there's an app for it. I was checking the statistics, and 20% of couples meet online and then they get engaged, and over 75% of people have actually shopped online, and they shop online at least once in a month. For me personally, I took a stock of the apps on my phone, and I have Foodie app for buying food, for scheduling meetings, Calendly, Urban Club for my cleaner, Ventival for wedding planning. I even track my sleep. How many hours have I slept? Mirrors controls my smartphone, that the initial speaker mentioned, needs to manage my subscriptions. And this is just 9 of the over 50 apps that I have on my phone for temporary things. 50 is excessive because I have to work in products and check out apps and all. But then this is the reality we live in. Everything is app controlled, and more and more we see our lives being tied into tech. Now, to further drive this point home, if you look at the way tech is going now, there are 4 guiding principles that I can draw out. One is that a lot of current work that is available out there is awful. It's not nice. There are things that you have to do that you don't want to do. And then technology is what we are leveraging on to improve on it. When you look at the nature of work, it has changed a whole lot from back then till now, and it's going to change. I refer back to doctors not having going to the emergency room or to this theater to perform surgery. It's changing till now, and it will still continue changing. But then with this change, with this increase in technology, we realize that there are machines that are doing it, but these machines cannot function on their own. They need the human intervention to come into place, draw the designs for it, troubleshoot if there are issues, to service and maintain it, to design new ones and improve on it. And finally, a main one is that technology, while it solves a whole lot of problems, it actually does create problems of its own. Example is currently in social media, where you have everyone is free to post. You can connect, you can hear your voice, you can let your voice be heard everywhere. But at the same time, there comes a problem of moderation. Everyone can post online, but then are they posting the right thing online? So even though it's all easy to post, there are still people sitting in the background that checking to make sure it's done. Moderators to ensure everything is fine. Now, the jobs of the future, what's it going to look like? One thing is sure is that many types of jobs that we do now are actually going to disappear. But then a world without work is not real. There would always be work to do. Even if we have everything 100% automated, there would always be work for humans to do. But many people are actually going to struggle to adjust with disappearing work that they do. Things that they understand that they do day to day, it becomes really obsolete in about 5 years. And then what next for them to do? They find it hard to actually excel and thrive because what they know does not work anymore. And the new ones that are there, they just do not understand it. We're talking Internet of Things, smart homes that actually control everything in your house. We're talking model and develop builders using VR and AR to actually plan and all. We're looking at nanotechnology. You don't have to go to the doctor again. The pharmacist becomes obsolete because you just inject robot into your body and they decide what is going on and inject the right medicine or fix it. We're even looking at 3D printed organs for human beings. I know. So how about now? Where are we currently? There's a lot of emerging media, a lot of buzzwords, and everyone talks a lot about cryptocurrency. We talk about metaverse, like speaker said. What we are seeing currently now is a huge explosion in terms of jobs and skills compared with what we had previously. Back then, if you talk about going to tech, you're either a computer engineer or you're going to computer science. And then we came to web design and development. I can program, I can code, I can design. But then the more and more tech integrates into human life, you see a whole lot of new opportunities open up. Something, for instance, nanotechnology and material sciences, like I said, how the various materials react. You're talking AI, big data and augmented reality analysis, sorry. There's a lot of information flowing out from tech interacting, but then this information needs to be interpreted to fit human use. Blockchain, personalization, cloud computing, so many jobs. But then what you need in this case now, or what is required now, is the skill set being in demand, and that is blowing up also too. The future, as we know it, of technology or the evolution of tech is actually starting now. If you wait and say, oh, technology is still evolving, I'll wait to see what is next, you are actually going to miss the bus. Instead, what I would say is, one, you need to stay up to date with the current news and happenings in the world. What is going on out there? If you sit in your own bubble and not learning, it's going to miss you. Be engaged online. Ask questions, contribute, discuss, network with people online and in person. What we are doing now is it's a good example of this. Talking to people, attend forums and hear people speak, read and subscribe to relevant information sources. There are lots of blogs, articles, news, forums out there that you can partake in to be a part of it. And then keep learning, learn something new. The fact that you are a designer now, as an example, does not mean you stick to only designing websites or designing products or just doing graphics design. If you go back into big data and analysis, there's a whole lot of data to sort through. The data analyst knows what they're looking at, they look at numbers, but then the regular person would not understand this. And that's where you come in as a data visualization specialist. How do you convert this data into pictures for everybody to understand? And the ultimate of it is you keep growing. And then as you're growing, evolve with the tech out there. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. That's it for me. Really short. Thank you. And yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Do you have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, you can input it on the chat box or ask now. Just raise up your hands so we can call you out. Any questions, please? Okay, I think we have for Mr. Benga a quick question. Mr. Benga, please, are you still here? We have a question for you.
Yeah, I am here.
Okay, sir. The question is it advisable to be a project manager and a DevOps engineer at the same time?
Well, yeah, I don't know what there's no right or wrong to the answer to that question. I guess what so if you're just starting in tech, right? I'll say why not start one first? Because just like me, both speak myself and just and the other speaker. So there's one thing we've said that right that so you need to keep building on yourself, right? So imagine you want to be a project manager. You don't even have enough time to be everything you can be in project management. You understand? So why do you want to delve into another DevOps, right? And if you want to be DevOps, there are a lot of things to learn, right? To make sure that, you don't just want to be jack of all trades, master of none, right? That is what we are seeing here. You want to lay your hand on one thing and make sure that you know that thing in and out. That would be my answer to it. I won't encourage it. It is possible, but I won't encourage it. I would rather that you specialize on one. You might know the other for just knowing sake, maybe okay, in case you need to step in to do some things, fine, but not specialize. You can't specialize on the two at the same time. As far as I'm concerned, if you're talking about something that is very close to project management, say product management, business analysis, okay, I might say maybe yes, that I've done it before, even though not like I played the same role at the same time, but I've had to move from this to this, that, yeah, I currently work as a technical program manager now, but I didn't just become that today. I've touched on project management. I've worked as a product manager then before becoming a program manager as a. So there are a lot of what's it called there. So I won't encourage it, but I don't know if
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, product manager and project management. Is there like a big difference between both of them?
Yes, a whole lot actually. So, how do I answer this question? Okay, I try to answer it this way. What do they do? Right.
Okay.
So, as a project manager, you are trying to get everybody get the job done. In short, trying to get the job done. For you to be able to do that, you need a lot of skills. You're talking about stakeholder management, time management, communication management, a lot of knowledge areas, right? As a product manager, you are not just getting the job done, you are making sure you are building the right product. So even though there are some skills that both of them need, for example, stakeholder management, both of them need that, both of them need communication management, both of them need cost management, right? But they are answering different questions. For example, why project manager is making sure that, yes, do you have enough resources to build this product? A product manager is answering the question of, am I building the right product? Or maybe at the end of the day, have I built to specification? Is what the question project manager is answering. So we have definition of done. Once I'm able to tick all that and everything is working, yes, my job as a project manager is done. But as a product manager, it's not. You want to make sure that, okay, have you built the right products your customer like, right? You want to get feedback from your customer and see if you need to probably release updates. You need to, how do you improve that? How does it translate to money? So you, as a product manager, in fact, project management is one of the skills that you need to be able to function well as a product manager, right? So you are not just bound to executing that phase. You are bound from from the ideation stage down to when we retire that product, right? Meaning that we have gone to market, our marketing is doing well, we are making money, but you are still building on it so that we don't lose the market. To the point that we feel like, okay, at this point, we don't need to either sell this, or we want to I want to retire the product or want to build something, maybe this one will not be a feature into that one and things like that. So there are two different words. There are two different words apart, actually.
All right, no problem. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So please, if you have any question, please indicate by raising up your hands. Any questions, please? Okay, so I have a question for Mr. Benga. Okay, you were saying the last person who has a question said he wants to know if he can do both project manager and DevOps engineer. So what about someone who is a project manager but also have interest in design, like UI UX design? Is it possible, or they're just two contract skills that they don't have any similarities together?
Okay. Um, well, it is possible. You see, there's nothing that is not possible. Or maybe I'll allow Mr. Ladele to also answer this question. Maybe so that it's not be just from the way from my own side alone. But I think it is possible, right? But I personally would not want to encourage that, right? But maybe let Mr. Ladele, I think he's also a UI person, right? You're able to advise us.
Yes. So yes, it's possible to possess the two skill sets, but then when you look at it, what you are doing is like in two different directions. On the one hand, as a project manager, you're working to complete that particular project. But when you go into the product now, the product is never complete. Because even when you ship it out, you still have to keep making changes to it, And as a product manager now, you realize that you are always at loggerheads with the project manager, because the project manager just wants to complete the project as fast as possible, whereas the product manager wants to do as much as possible to make sure the project is in near perfect, I would say now. So it's possible, but mixing the two would create for a whole lot of headache for you, I would say. It's like oil and water. It would not mix.
Okay.
I don't know if that answers
All right. Yes, thank you, sir.
Hmm.
So I don't think there are any other questions. So I think I have to share my screen now. So before I share my screen, I want to say thank you to both speakers who shared their knowledge with us today. Thank you so much, sir. We're really grateful. And we hope to have you now missed in the future. I hope you'll be able to come to give us some talks about some particular topic in the future. So thank you so much, sir, for coming to share your knowledge with us. So before we end today's, do you want to say something?
No, I said thank you. Thank you for having me too.
So before we end today's, Tolu, please, can you share the screen? I'm sorry, I'm finding it difficult to do that from my hand. Hello, Tolu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm using my phone. That's why, so I can share screen. I can't share my screen. Is that clear?
Oh God, because I'm also using my phone.
Let me ask someone on the chat box if they're using their laptop, send the link to them.
Olivia. Hello, Olivia. Is she there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, good afternoon. Please, are you using your system or your phone?
I'm using my system.
Please, can you help us share something? I'll send it to you now, please.
I've sent it to the chat box.
Okay. Okay, Olivia is on the chat box. Please, can you share your screen? Can you open the file and share your screen, please? Okay. So thank you, Olivia. So please, you will help me by scrolling through the slides. Thank you. So welcome everyone. Like I said earlier, my name is Ame, and welcome to Become Dev Center. Next slide, please. Yeah, Become Dev Center is a multi-location technology talent development and solution platform. So in Become Dev Center, we have various locations around Nigeria, and we also work virtually. We have locations in Yaba, Lagos, Ibadan, Oyo State, Kanu State, in Kaduna, in Ijebu-Igbo in Ogun State, Warri in Delta, and so on. And we are also planning to arrange our space to different various states in Nigeria in the future. So we have different programs that we offer at Become Dev Center. We have the Become Academy, Become Tech Internships, Become Apprenticeship, Become Community Event and Project, just like the one we just completed, and the Light Space. So Become Academy utilize the multi-serial approach in training participants in basic skills needed for the modern technology ecosystem, while Become Tech Internship is designed to enable people at intermediate skill level gain mastery and expertise over a period of time. While Become Tech Apprenticeship is an industrial attachment at various skill levels to gain experience and on-the-job training. Then Become Community Events and Projects is geared at giving back to the community and building the tech ecosystem. While the last Light Space is provide helpful workspace intended to encourage collaboration and drive innovation in the startup ecosystem. Next slide, please. So we also have Become Global Tech Program. Become Global Tech Program is an aspect of the Become Tech Club. Global Tech Program is a solution to launch your tech career globally. It is a 1 to 2 year program focused on 3 key pillars, which is to learn skills, gain exposure and experience. The program fee costs about 1.2 million naira, but it can, because Become Global Tech focus on train now, pay later, which I will talk about later. Then we have the Emigrate. The Emigrate helps to become globally attractive and and is your tech-enabled pathway to relocate and settle in countries like UK, US, Canada, Australia, and so on. Then we have Become Mentoring Program. Is a structured mentoring solution to help mentors add value to mentees for the purpose of building globally attractive techies. Then we have Labs by Become. Labs by Become is a 3 to 6 month pre-incubator program that brings together participants to build a digital technology product, which will be used by real-life users. Next slide, please. Next slide. Then, as I said before, I've explained what Become Academy is. Then we said earlier it's an intensive program which is facilitated by Become Dev Center. Then we have various classes in Become Academy, like the Python class, PHP class, project management class, graphics design, web design using WordPress, advanced front end, and so on. Then the fee for Become Academy is 50,000 naira per month. But we also have other payment plan, which is to get sponsorship, and we have full sponsorship and half sponsorship. So you can either get the full sponsorship or the half sponsorship. We have the link to the website, which is become.net/academy. The next slide, please. Then the Light Space. Light Space provides helpful workspace intended to encourage collaboration and drive innovation in the startup ecosystem. We have spaces that is created and designed for various events like seminars, conferences, and get-together. So we have Light Space locations at Yaba, Lagos, Ibadan, Kanu, Kaduna, Ijebu-Igbo, Ogun State, and Warri, Delta. And we are also planning to enlarge our locations to various states in Nigeria. Then if you want to know more about the live space, please visit blog.bincom.net/campuses. Next slide, please. Then yes, the community events and projects. So the community event is geared at giving back to community and building the tech ecosystem. Then the community event is divided into 5. We have the master classes, which is Digital Financial Service Masterclass, Become Startup School, Technology Enhanced Learning Series. Then we have the meetups, which involves the PHP meetup, data science meetup, Python meetup, and so on. Then we have the idea sharing, which is one of the program we introduced today, which is the Bincom ICT Career Talk and the Career Drills Down. Then what else? Then we have the challenge and brainstorm, which is the hackathon. Then we have other initiatives, which is the Bincom Tech Network, which is a WhatsApp group where we share information about tech-enabled tech-enabled information on WhatsApp. Then next slide, please. Yes. Then, like I said, we have the meetup, which is the PHP meetups and digital marketing meetups and so on. Next slide, please. Yes, so now we're talking about the Bincom Global Tech. Like I said before, the Bincom Global Tech is a 1 to 2 year program, which costs about 1.2 million. And it's actually where you learn skill, gain exposure and experience. So next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide, Olivia. Olivia, next slide, please. So now we have the Emigrate. The Emigrate is a tech-enabled visa opportunities for people in tech, either the technical side or the business side of tech. It gives opportunity to live and work in US, Canada, Australia, and so on. Then what are the Emigrate services? What Emigrate services cover? We have the general inquiry, coaching and hand-holding, preliminary assessment of your qualification status, and self-directed roadmap to qualifying for a tech-enabled visa, roadmap to a globally attractive tech profile. Example, we have the Global Tech Visa, review of your UK Global Talent application, endorsement review process, and so on. Next slide, please. Olivia, next slide. So in the Emigrate process, we have 2 services, which is the freemium and the premium service. So in the freemium service, you get information and inspiration. You get to join the Emigrate community, which is free. Then you get to be part of the monthly open day. Then you have introductory videos, the Emigrate open consultation, Tech Nation Visa Ambassador Office Hour, and you have short inquiries. While in the premium package, you get to join the Immigrate Circle, which is a premium community. You get to have a personalized consultation session, which is about 30 minutes to 1 hour. Then standard package, which is a review and introduction. Immigrate Premium Service, which takes within 1 to 2 year program, and custom services. Then for more information, you can please check out bincom.net/emigrate. Next slide, please. Okay, then this slide, it shows the invitation for the next Emigrate Open Day, which takes typically 2 Wednesdays, which occurs 2 Wednesdays in a month, and there are also videos recorded for past edition, which can be viewed on YouTube. Then for more information, you can visit www.bincom.net/emigrate open day. Next slide, please. I think that's all. Olivia, next slide, please. Yes, so this is the Last by Bincom Code program, which is where you have like 3 to 10 members who come together to create a tech startup. So for more information, please visit www.bincom.net/labs. Next slide, please. We've talked about this already. Next slide. Next slide. Then I think that was all for now. For more information, please, the previous slide. Let me look at the link, sorry. Olivia, the previous slide. Then for more information, please visit or contact Bincom Dev Center at bincom.net or visit www.bincomdevcenter.com. Or you can also contact us by calling us on this number, which is 07011954852. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. And I think that's all. So if you need any more inquiries, please, like I said earlier, you can call us, Bincom Dev Center at bincom.net, or you can also call us by typing the number on your screen. So thank you so much, everyone. I also want to thank the speakers, Mr. Oluwagbemiga Olatoye and Mr. Oladele Akinusi. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.